What's up?
Hey, welcome to the
Yo!
podcast.
Bon appetit,
Hey.
trouwens.
Gracias, señor.
How's your eierkoek?
Hmm.
De eierkoek.
It's nice. It's
Would you say it is thumbs up?
hey, funda.nl. What am I seeing right now?
What?
It's the link that you sent previously that pops up. I don't
Oh.
know. I don't know how Skype does it, but yeah.
Okay. Hey guys.
Hey,
Funda, someone
How
is
have you
buying
been?
a house.
hey Jay. Happy release day.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Birdsong. Stream now.
Stream now. Actually, I really like that dove kind of sound that you've put into it.
The
The
oh yeah,
bird.
yeah. It's
bird
actually the bird that I sampled it, so it's the actual bird from the video. From
Really?
yeah.
Where did you sample it?
In Thailand.
In Thailand, in the quarantine hotel where I also made the song.
Okay.
And yeah, so a pigeon landed on my balcony, and I was like, "Hey, that's fun. Let's mess around with it in FL Studio." And I made a song, and I was like, "Yeah, why not release it?"
Mm.
And here we are.
And would you
Nice.
say the Thai pigeon sounds a little bit different than the Amsterdam pigeon?
Way different. Way different. Yeah.
Yeah?
Much more
In
exotic.
what way? Yeah, in what way? What's the
The
what's
Thai
the
one
accent
sounds-
like? Can you
Sounds more like a bird, like a
and how
normal
does
bird.
it actually sound then more?
Go to Spotify, type in Hardway bird song. and you'll hear it.
Yeah. I like the song a lot. I love the creativity. Well done.
Thanks.
Wow. Was that a
I was-
compliment?
Knowing you, I
It
was
is.
waiting for the but.
Yeah.
No,
but it
no.
never came.
Yeah. I really love the
thanks,
whole
man.
approach, and it has a story to it. I love it.
Thanks, appreciate that.
You should build an NFT around it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Maybe.
And then hunt the real bird and give it away with the NFT.
No, he lives there in freedom.
I like
Yeah.
Duck Hunt. Remember Duck Hunt? Like
Oh,
create a
yeah.
picture of a duck hunt with the cross in it.
I know. With the gun.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good
And,
times.
So I'm happy with it. Yeah, it's also my first self-release. So let's see how that is going.
Oh, this was a self-release.
Self-release?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. How?
I think if you Google self-release, you're gonna find a lot of X videos.
But that's what you want. You want controversy, you know? Like
Yeah.
some Dutch artists also tried to do that, but they take a wrong turn.
Whoa, dude.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know if we want to go into this, but if you have a big social media profile, to everyone that's listening, please make sure you have a responsibility. And there's a lot of kids watching, so make sure you act normal, like, first of all.
Like
Should
us?
it be a thing, Jobke, that when you get to a certain amount of followers, that you should have to do like a intelligence test or maybe even a psychological evaluation before you could proceed beyond, let's say, 30,000 followers?
I mean, it would be great, but it's not really doable. You know, it's like the whole idea
yeah.
behind social media is that anyone can become famous. But it also shows, I think, a big problem with social media, but more like the way kids look up to people that are really stupid sometimes. And just because they are famous, people listen to them, which is also quite crazy. So, but that's what I've already been seeing on TV,
That
where
always has been the case. We
Yeah,
always had our peers, and I see it now with little children around me when they go to school. Then what the teacher says is the truth, and the parents, they're full of bullshit. And then later on, when they turn to puberty, it's going to be those peers on social media who tell the truth. And the rest are telling bullshit.
but
yeah,
I think
it's a difficult and dangerous situation.
But I think 20 years ago or something, you actually needed skill before you were allowed on TV to talk about something.
Yeah.
Now you need like a TikTok hit which can be done
Or a sex
easily.
video.
You can get very lucky, and then people listen to you on TV and social media.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
But this has been happening earlier, right? Like
Reality TV.
yeah, people who didn't really
Yeah.
had any skill still became famous because of they did something stupid or were a magician, said that they were a magician, and because of that they became famous, or like truth tellers, those
Yeah.
kind of the destiny people. It always has been a thing. People are always looking for someone to hold on to look up to, and it's just that in these days there's so much more available. Like there's
Yeah. Maybe for the ones who are listening or watching us, and don't
watching us.
know the story, there's this social media influencer in Holland. He's a singer and an actor too, or actually two of them are there. And they convinced a kid, a 12-year-old kid, showing his genitals for 17,000 euros.
Did they
And-
know he was 12 though?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
One
well,
of them said before it happened, yeah, I think he's underage. So they were definitely where he was underage.
And it was kind of obvious that it was a kid. Yeah. So yeah. Well, it comes to show. We earlier in Holland we had the Ik doe niet meer mee thing, which where influencer people actually said, I'm not participating anymore in the COVID situation, which actually was right before the second wave hit Holland. So stupid. But yeah, it comes to show that maybe when you are in such a position, yeah, don't the responsibility you carry is so big. You really have to be aware of that. And yeah, like last or yesterday night or even the day before, it went all wrong with the kid of 12 years old who showed his genitalia in front of I don't know what 1,000 people, and that went
30,000
viral.
30,000 people were watching. I heard.
Yeah,
But
so
even
it
if
went
it was
viral.
even if it was one person watching,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's just that the guy that did it, he has something wrong in his brain or something, and I hope he will be charged with all the
Well, I
things
think
that
it
they.
was stupidity and not evil intent. But yeah, intent is not leading.
I don't think it matters.
For the kid. It's so
yeah.
worse. And
So it doesn't. The intent doesn't matter, I think, and I think he should be brought to justice with what he's charged with.
What's
suspected from now, but
What's crazy to see, and that keeps happening every time something like this happens with an influencer or with someone who has a lot of followers, is like your full career that you've been working on for years disappears in a second. Like the management left him, the label left him, every company who was connected to him in whatever kind of way immediately backed out of the deal.
yeah.
And it's so crazy to see, like, within a second, with one stupid action, boom, gone.
Yep.
Is that something you guys think about when you post something, or is it like...
We never go political or something. Yeah. We stay.
But this
away
wasn't
from
really
it.
political, right? This was...
No, but yeah, it's something you asked if it's something we think about, and yeah, of course, we're not never asking even not grown-ups to show their genitalia or.
No, but I mean, do you think about the responsibility that you have as...
Yeah, definitely.
I always every post I do, I think about, can I make this joke? Like, you know, you're always looking at, is it going too far? Is it appropriate? So yeah, definitely. Every post, I think about it a lot, and I think since the beginning. But also, I also didn't grow up with social media, so it was like, what, I was 20 or something when I got social media, or maybe a bit younger. But so before I didn't live in that era where you were 12 and you already were posting your whole life. So maybe that makes a difference, that I'm thinking about what I'm posting instead of it almost being an extension of my personality. And I
Yeah.
think that's maybe for a lot of kids that are 22, like the guy, which isn't an excuse, by the way, but he just, without thinking, throw everything online. So that's maybe an age thing. And like I said, it's not an excuse for this kind of behavior.
No, it's true. But I think what you're saying definitely has something to do with what you're seeing right now, as in for us, our generation, 30-ish and above.
29.
Yeah, 30-ish.
29.
Right? I'm 32.
Not 30 yet, man. Come on.
It's the best time of your life.
Hey,
man. No
speak
worries.
for yourself, Joey.
Yeah, you're almost 40. I know.
You look 25, Ralph. I have to say. I don't know what you did with the lighting there, but
Yeah.
I am 25. Thank you.
Yeah. But for us, social media is like this addition to our normal life. Like our normal life, our real life is our main thing, and aside from that, we have social media. But I can imagine that the generations that are growing up right now, to them, it's all one. Like the online world is inherent with the offline world, and that's what we don't have. So yeah, I think that definitely has something to do with how we think about social media and how other generations think about it.
yeah.
Wise words.
Yeah. And it also comes down to, if we talk about NFTs, that's also why.
Nice bridge.
Exactly.
I felt it. Yeah.
It makes no sense.
But yeah, it
no
makes sense
sense.
because it's also something that most people, like I've been talking about NFTs for a couple of weeks now. Most people I talk to about NFTs look at me and say, "What? Like what? How does it work?" Like there's so many questions. They can't wrap their head around what an NFT is or why people would spend money on it.
For the listener, what is an NFT and what is the hype around it? I think the listener would be
Ralph, I'll leave this up to you.
excited about that.
No, yeah. An NFT, it stands short for non-fungible token. It's actually just a token which represents something unique, which is digital, and you can register the ownership into the blockchain. It comes down to that. So you can have digital ownership, which is a big thing, if you ask me. I think we discussed the movie Ready Player One last time.
Mm-hmm.
Just watch that and then look at the digital stuff they have right there. And then ask yourself the question, are we going towards what is Ready Player One, or are we going to stay the way we are? I'm definitely convinced that we're going to digitalize a lot more than we are right now. And we're going to move towards Ready Player One. And then, yes, the only answer to are we going to own digital stuff is yes. And that's
we already
where
do. It's already happening.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, NFTs, they're the first step, and it's going to go way, way beyond. And I know you, Jopke, you like Ready Player One as a movie.
A lot.
Yeah, so if that's your true belief as well, then your only answer to do I believe in what NFTs are and what they can bring is yes. Am I right or not?
I can. It can bring a lot. It's a beautiful technology, and I think it can do wonderful things. The only thing I'm not getting is why so many artists are jumping on, let's say, the hype train right now. Although I do think it's cool that art can be in a digital form. So like I know Beeple sold his this artwork for 69 million, which is a crazy amount, but he's been grinding away for 15 years, always giving all his projects for free and stuff.
He has been making an artwork for 5,000 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's immense work.
Yeah, but like so that's cool, but I think it's also like right now it's a big hype, and a lot of people who are interested in like memorabilia or unique things by some artists are gonna invest in that now. Some do it as like wanting the shoe of Michael Jordan that's signed, for example. They want like the digital version of the Bassjackers NFT, and some are like seeing it as an investment. But yeah, for like my original point in our latest discussion last time was, it doesn't, for me, doesn't have that much to do about making the art itself. There's just a new platform and a new way to exploit your art, but it doesn't have anything to do with making music, you know? So there might be a new
No,
reason
No,
why you
not really.
start making music, you know, like you might make different music now, but I don't feel like
you're
it's
doing it the other way around. It has all to do with investing and attaching yourself to the artist. And that's the new possibility for the digital world that there was not before. I mean, if you, the last time we also discussed, you have an artwork at home. It is an original by somebody, I don't know, but you probably do. Why not a certain thing you liked at, let's say, IKEA or a simple thing? No, it was that thing about that artist that bespoke to you and not anything else. So it's about attaching yourself and investing in the artist you like,
Yeah.
and not your approach is more about the work, but
Mhm.
that's not the thing. It's about the vision and the emotion you get from it. But I'm more an emotional person, probably.
I don't have any emotions.
Yeah.
Hello.
Beep beep.
No, but the only kijk, that's Dutch. So look, the only difference with that is, I think that if you have a painting, it's painted by that person. It's that unique thing. It's actually the actual paint on the actual painting. And like videos from online, you can get an exact replica. Like you cannot tell the difference only in the, like the, how do you say, like the backside, like the coding
Yeah.
of it. And that is the difference. And I mean, it makes sense. But for a lot of people, and that's why I really liked Elon Musk's tweet about this, for a lot of people, they don't care at all.
No, but a lot of people don't care about actual art either.
Yeah.
If I would get the real Mona Lisa and hang a good replica next to it, you couldn't tell which one is the real one.
Yeah. No one. Most
So
people.
actually, it doesn't matter. I mean, paint on canvas is just paint on canvas. You can buy it at the Gamma for 35 euros, and but that's not the thing you buy. It's
Yeah,
once
exactly. Yeah,
again
I know. Yeah.
the emotion
Yeah.
you get from it, and
Yeah.
and the pride, which is a big thing, because you actually want to express what you are and what you feel to the outside world, and uh, that pride of ownership is a big thing for me. I don't want fake stuff, to be honest, because I'm proud that I invest and am willing to invest in the real deal. Plus, I think also to get the world going, NFTs are still new. It needs the hype. It
Yeah.
needs the money that goes around with it. It needs all the speculativeness around it, in order to for it to grow into something which becomes household, and
Yeah.
for the masses as well. It always starts
And
at
hype.
the high tiers, and then follows its path down below. Let's say the same, which how Tesla started with the Model S. Nice bridge.
I actually heard a quote about this last week, which really hit home with me. Which was, when people are buying something to make money on it, it's a hype. But if people are starting to invest in something to keep their money in it or to see it grow in the long-term future, it's a revolution. And that's what's,
That's
to me,
such a Bitcoin thing.
yeah, but it's the thing what happened to Bitcoin in my
Hodl,
opinion.
hodl.
Yeah.
It's happened to Bitcoin in my opinion.
Doge.
It's happening to NFTs right now as well. And I think right now we're in a period of the NFTs where people just want to make quick money by going into it, most people. But in 5 years from now, I think that story will change because the technical thing behind NFT will be life
Not
changing.
not even 5 years. It's happening right now. The things with NFTs you can do. You can let's say you buy the Bassjackers auction piece. It's has a smart contract attached to it. I mean, with smart contracts, you define what is written on the blockchain, on the ledger for everybody to see. And you can make any kind of deal you want. Let's say we're doing access to all the events we play. We can attach it to the actual NFT, which is a pretty cool new way of customer relationship management for the artist, and for the fans, a new way to get his or herself invested in the artist. And so it works both ways in new ways that weren't that easily possible. It was already possible, but now you don't need the administrative systems behind it, somebody who watches and nurtures it. No, it's all written and automated in the blockchain, which is awesome. And that's actually right now. And the possibilities, they will expand a lot. Everybody who bought our piece, we can say in the near future, okay, the ones that hodl it, we will make sure that they get access to cool new items we do, early access to new tracks, access to artworks. I don't know what, you can do everything, which is for me the game changer.
Yeah, I agree with that it's happening already, but I think that most people who are getting into NFT right now are in it to make a quick buck.
Definitely.
And that's why it's a hype at this moment.
Also, and that's, I think, also the downside of that, especially right now, it's very expensive. So like for the average fan, it's not nearly possible to buy any of it.
It depends, right?
Also,
There's
it's
ones.
like the
you can make an NFT for $1.
Yeah, there's cheap ones.
Yeah, okay, but for right now, people are not making $1. So now the biddings and the hype is so high that the rich guy will take it, for example. Also, that with like the exclusive stuff, it's kind of like at a theme park. You have the regular line, and the like the high speed line, which you pay extra for. And there's always going to be people that they just aren't capable of buying that extra line or that backstage pass. And that's kind of the thing that I have a little bit, well, not against, but it's kind of the other side of it, where I think, especially in EDM, it used to be about the inclusivity of everyone, and like it was accessible for everyone, and it's all now about exclusive stuff and like I'm not sure.
Yeah, but you're now doubting life on itself. But you got to ask yourself this, and that's the thing, and that's for everybody different. But the exclusiveness can pay for accessibility for everybody. Let's say you're that theme park, and you have the lines where the VIP people can have the early access and go in the rides earlier than the general people. They could actually pay for even more roller coasters for the theme park, where then there are more roller coasters accessible for everybody as well. If you wouldn't have the lines which make the extra buck, which pay for the extra roller coasters, then in the whole population can only enjoy a smaller amount of roller coasters. So you got to ask yourself this: is a little bit of privilege for the ones who can afford it really a bad thing for the general population, or can it also turn out to be good?
Great point. But I also have to say, like, shouldn't we also learn to be happy with the amount of roller coasters we have? You know, that's why I'm kind of like on two sides about it. Like, shouldn't we enjoy the little things, and like, do we always have to make more? Well, I guess the economic system is built on
and different.
I think that's a human behavior. Humans constantly want to evolve and grow. If standing still is going backwards to humans, so it's an inherent thing for human beings to get better and do more than what we already do.
Yeah, but I'm really
That's
glad.
what kept us alive over the last
Mhm.
couple of thousand years.
And I'm really glad that we did the NFT and actually sold it for a nice amount because it makes way for all the future stuff we want to do. I mean, we had a hard year in Corona. No money came in. Everybody who works here has their salary paid for, except for me and Marlon. But with the money coming in now, we can do more stuff, nicer stuff, cooler stuff for everybody. I mean, it has to come from somewhere. It's
I
not.
don't think you
Yeah.
need money to make music. That's a big
No, but you
misconception.
you have a manager and you're not paying him with parts of your newest song. No, it has to be money, and the manager makes sure that you can be
Yeah.
creative.
Yeah.
So
And-
yeah,
But it's just like that's why I'm on two sides about this because I think you're absolutely right. But it's just some part of me that says like in the like the principle of making music and creativity, you don't need a lot. Okay, you need a laptop. Here we go. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But like you don't need that much money to make music. You can buy a guitar, you make music, and you can play on the street.
but Big Room, it when it started and you were in the first wave totally, it was all that was being played and done at festivals, and they paid a ridiculous amount for you to play at a festival. And you weren't the guy as well that said, "Oh, dude, no, that's way too much. Just give me this. It's all I need, and I'll do the show." So yeah, um, it also made sure that you can have a nice living from it, have a nice studio over there, and can be even more productive and do cooler stuff.
Yeah.
Do you really need it? No, you didn't say no against it either. So yeah, so I'm gonna throw it in there. It's a bit hypocritical.
No, I'm honestly saying I'm on two sides about it. So that's why I don't think it's hypocritical. I'm very much aware of how I think about it, and I just see two sides about it, and I see like some artists hyping it up, then for the wrong. They try to like play it.
Definitely, yeah.
They try to play the artistic expression side a bit too much. You can also say it's a great way to make money. Apart from, of course, there's some art involved and stuff, but it's
No, I totally,
it's
totally get you.
also based a bit on money.
But
So
you
and
can
that's
still
what
you can still say, like, if you really want to service like the normal people, you can still like give NFTs away to fans, for example. If like do contest and have someone get it for free, like that's still an option. And have an NFT where there are certain things like coming to a show, for example. That's a nice way of doing contests. But the thing is, by giving away that NFT, it will be proven that that person is the owner of that NFT.
Yeah.
And it's the system behind it that makes it so unique, I think.
Yeah, but making the NFT and all that comes with it, it costs you resources, time,
definitely,
and maybe some money also. So yeah, I don't know a lot of people that go to work and say, "Hey, boss man, keep the money, dude."
Boss man.
Yeah, that's just not how it works. And it's I can follow you, Jopke, that some artists use it, but that has always been the case.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm also not the guy that grabs the money and buys like a way too expensive car for it. I drive a modest Model 3, an electric car, because I believe
cheapest?
in.
No, right?
Pardon?
Is it the cheapest one?
It's a lot less expensive than the Model S. Now, I drive the fast one, the Model 3, the performance version, and I love it. And before this, I drove a way too expensive BMW and a Mercedes, and I quit with it because I don't like driving the internal combustion engines anymore. And it's also a way of living, which I do. But if it would be another one, it wouldn't be right if you grab the money, hey, go to the Porsche dealer and get the newest 911 Turbo S, which is a really cool car, by the way.
But Ralph,
yeah.
now I'm just very curious. You talk about Tesla, and I think you bought it with euros, but why didn't you buy it with Bitcoin?
Because it's not available in Europe.
Not yet.
But now it is.
No, it's only in America still.
Only in the States.
Is it only in America?
Yeah,
Oh,
only in the
shit.
States.
When
We
will it be
actually
here? Do you know?
But
Do
you
you
know
guys
what?
know?
I already have it for almost 2 years now. So
Yeah, I know.
I was
I was
wondering
just
because
I was trying to make a bridge to this announcement that
I know.
I'm
Elon, I love Elon. He's a
yesterday
weird guy, but he's awesome.
I actually checked the website yesterday, but I was wondering how they would decide the price. As in, would the price be, let's say, $50,000, and depending on what the correction was with Bitcoin, the amount of Bitcoin changed, or would it be the other way around? So that the price for one Tesla would be one Bitcoin,
great
No,
question.
and
no.
if the Bitcoin
Yeah.
goes down, you have a
The
cheaper car.
leading price
Great
is the
point.
dollar price.
Dollar price is
That's
leading.
still the
Yeah.
problem behind Bitcoin, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, well, it is.
This is
and
a
that's
start,
why-
but
Yeah, the volatility needs to end if you really want to pay with it. But yeah, we can ask the question: Are we really gonna pay with Bitcoin ever? I don't know.
Me neither.
Would
Not
be
not
cool.
Bitcoin itself though, but maybe another cryptocurrency.
Yeah. I can
Used to
see
see.
myself standing at the grocery store and okay, so that's 39 Satoshi, please.
oh wait, 40. Oh wait,
Yeah. Oh
28.
wait, 42. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Oh.
Hey,
Oh,
just
well,
wait.
if we're gonna
Sir,
denominate everything in Bitcoin, then it wouldn't be a problem.
sir, why are you occupying that register for 5 minutes? Yeah, I'm waiting. The price is dropping right now. It's gonna be really cheap.
Could happen.
Oh,
you
Elon
know?
just tweeted! Hurry!
Yeah. Buy now. Buy now. Yeah.
Fast.
Exactly.
Buy all the toilet paper.
Yeah.
And we're back at March 2020.
Exactly. You know, yesterday I put out a tweet on Artist Coaching Instagram, not a tweet, an Instagram stories post to ask people what they want us to talk about. And well, luckily we already had one subject that we covered, which was, do we still think NFTs will be useful in the long term? So check.
Oh man, it's just starting.
Just getting started, exactly. Let's dive into another more practical question about the music industry. Let's pick one. How to approach
Girls.
a big artist like you guys, for example, for collaborations? What would trigger you to do a collaboration with a smaller artist?
Jobke can do this one.
Great music.
But is it really like that? Because I think where this question comes from is that most young artists feel like even if the music's great, a big artist will never reply.
Totally wrong.
Okay.
I think if it's like the problem with the thing is like, yeah, you can make a great track, but there's so many great tracks being released. You need like the big next level track that an artist thinks like, holy shit, I want to collab on this one. But that's probably what it takes.
But how
I
does
think.
that track reaches you? As in
Yeah,
how
I want to actually. Oh, wait. Where can I do it? Yeah, raise my hand.
yeah, raise your hand.
The thing is, what Jobke says hits the point. There are a lot of great tracks, but like every artist is already so different. So you have to have that track that really speaks to that certain artist. It's kind of like finding a needle in a haystack, and being only good in quality is not it. What I notice with a lot of demos we get, and I listen to a lot of them, but they always or most of them don't have that special unique feel. And we're actually starting in a collab right now with some guys who I actually think they're not really good producers, but yeah, I will never say who they are.
I was already thinking like, don't mention the name, man.
But they hit a certain thing that speaks to me, and or he or she. No, but it's about that feeling you get, and not about they sometimes they send us something and they feel like, but it sounds exactly as good as your tracks, and they might just be right, but it doesn't have that special thing. And maybe Jobke would have that, but yeah, then there's also the fact that we get like a gazillion of demos every day, and you can't listen to them all properly, so you skip through them, and then you have to, yeah, hear it right away, and that's
I
the hard
also
part.
also I always say like start with small collabs with people you get inspired from, which people you like locally. Start your own parties locally. Work with people around you. Build a little community that you can grow together. Because like, for instance, you live in a small town. You have like a group of 20 friends, or maybe even 5 friends, or three, and you're like, hey, we want to throw some parties. Let's make some music for it. Then you throw parties, it becomes successful, it becomes bigger and bigger. People from other villages around are like, hey, what's happening there? They're coming in, there's a DJ playing. The people from other villages are like, oh, this DJ is really good. You play at a local festival, people at local festival really enjoy it. You go to a big festival, hey, you have tracks coming out. And before you know it, like big DJs play your tracks because you've been working on it, you're building your own thing.
That's totally true.
And that's
Yeah.
also a thing where I can like tell quite quickly when someone has their own sound, and that is also really interesting for DJs to like. If Tiesto wants collabs, he does a lot of collaborations. He's very good at listening to tracks, seeing what's coming next. He also always listens for something that's not out there yet.
Yeah.
That's something of someone's himself. So
He has way better ears than I do. I'm sure of that. It's truly amazing how he can find that next thing every time again. But and I also want to add with demos. Yeah, it sounds kind of harsh, but 95% I get is just, it's just not gonna cut it at all. I'm thinking, why would you even send it? Come on, man. Do
But
some
is that
self-reflecting.
is that the quality of it, as in the mixing technique?
Everything from
Okay.
the chords. Sometimes it's not harmonic, sometimes just downright right false. And I'm like, okay, dude, you're way early in the process. Hey, go practice for 2 years more and then send it. It's also a little bit unfair to the ones who actually are on a decent level, because I actually like to give some feedback every now and then, but sometimes I just wouldn't know where to begin. I would just say, do something else. Yeah. Or
Stop,
yeah,
please.
and I'm sometimes even afraid to ask, okay, how long are you practicing for? And I'm thinking in months, and if they then say years, then I'm okay. You're definitely not cut out for this. Yeah, and it sounds harsh, but yeah, it's like the same with idols or something, or
Mm.
X Factor, where people come and you also have the silly ones who start singing for a jury, and they can't sing for shit. Come on, man, you know it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's self-reflectiveness. I kind of miss it sometimes when I see the amount of just not high enough quality.
but you always need to follow your dreams. That's what Will Smith always says, and Jim Carrey, and like only the people that are really big always say follow your dreams.
Oh, you
But
got to
But you do
take
have
your
to be realistic.
responsibility and
I'm
work for your dreams.
yeah, but I'm also being sarcastic a little bit because
Yeah, I
they
know.
are very big, and it's very easy to say that. There are for each Will Smith, let's put it to you like that, are a million people that failed and are now like working
Yeah,
a
true.
shit job or whatever. And that's what also people need to realize before
I
they
also
start
hate,
this
yeah,
journey of
I
pursuing this
also
career.
hate the message that, hey, look, I'm a dropout and now I made it. Never drop out of school. Take your responsibility and do school. And next to that, chase your dreams and work your ass off for it. If you would drop out of school and chase your dream, it actually entails doing less stuff for your dream than you would do when you stay in school. You got to do more. You got to work harder. You got to at least twice do the work twice as much than every other human being would invest in it.
Also, in the case of music, not every hour more in the studio equals more quality. It's also, and that's also with acting or whatever, or yes, you can become better with practice, so it's very important, but you also need way more assets to become a successful artist.
Yeah. Look at where we got from that one question.
Yeah.
Are there more questions? We need more time.
Yeah, we have more questions. But what I also notice with the artists that I talk to, it's most of them just also lack perspective, as in they think that if they're in this for 1 or 2 years, you should be there already. While look at Will Smith, for example. How long has he been in this? Like 20 years? How long have you guys been in this? Over 10 years?
Yeah, well, I consider myself really lucky to be where we are, because it's not all just skill. It is all about coincidence as well. But with all the hard work and developing skills, you increase the amount of coincidence that can happen, or the percentage chance of coincidence happening. But yeah, the thing is, you shouldn't chase success. That's something we never did. We just did our shit, which we loved, and then happily it found some traction in a lot of other people, and they thought the same way about music and dance music as we did. So, but yeah, it's also a luck factor, and I would never say chase a music career. It's such a big uncertainty. And even if you're doing pretty well is probably not taking care that you have a roof over your head as well, because it's really hard. Yeah.
Yep.
I've been at
my first release was I think 7 years after I started making music. 7 years. So like that's to put things in perspective a little bit for people. I was searching my own sound. I was experimenting with all styles of music, whatever, but 7 years. So if I always laugh when people say, yeah, I don't laugh, but like I think like, yeah, come on. After like like, yeah, I've been producing for 1 year, but nothing, no label wants to sign me. And then I always say, yeah, my first release was after 7 years.
For 1 year, and then Jopke.
But it's like, I'm not saying you should take at least 7 years, but it's just to put in perspective. It can take up to 7 years before you release, reach that level. I didn't even think I had that level when I first released, and I still had to work even harder to keep up with that level. So it's like then it's only
100% agree. People want it too much too soon, and it just doesn't work that way.
No. Let me ask you this in regarding to the first release, because that's also one of the questions that came in. How do you time your debut release, your first release?
Just do it. You don't time. You're happy that you can release at the label you want. Don't settle. Don't work a release. Yeah, we discussed this earlier in a previous podcast. The release itself is not the goal. The release is a means to get somewhere which fits your vision of you being an artist and how you bring music, blah, 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 blah.
It's a stepping stone.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, to be honest, my first release, man.
Which one was that?
Well, I first released differently under a different alias than Bassjackers. I am not going to tell it.
We want to know what's on
and,
Spotify.
Well, no, you can actually, it's my last name, Van Hilst. It was way different music than I did do right now. But our first Bassjackers release was Beat God. And to be honest,
Sneakers.
Yeah, and we didn't settle for the label. We wanted sneakers. And we aimed for it, and we worked towards it. We had previous offers for other labels, and I don't even know the names anymore, but we didn't do it. We wanted that specific label because we had a strategy around it.
I actually still remember that, because that back then in our hometown Tilburg, you guys were playing, I was playing, Appie was playing, and then the rumor ran around that you guys signed with Sneakers. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. You guys were also signed a little
1 year later,
after.
I guess.
Yeah, not even, I think. It went really fast by then. And But the thing was, we just sent it out to every DJ we knew. And I was standing on a festival at Aqua Best, and then I heard Don Diablo play the track. I was, well, what? And Don Diablo was already big back then. And then Eric E came, Sydney Sampson, and through Jordylicious, we got in touch with Joran at Spinnin, and Sneakers Music was a sub-label at Spinnin. And then he said, hey, you want to release at Spinnin? I said, yeah, but you also do Sneakers Music, right? And that's how it all came to be.
Yeah. Also, it's a thing where I used to make a lot of music that I was like, this could be played at a festival. And that's what, of course, now in Corona, we miss that. But also, like a couple years before Corona, I also missed that part a lot in my demos. Because a lot of labels just release tracks that are playable in a club or festival. Because labels are releasing so much music that they can also release music that is never played in the club, but just works on Spotify. And that's, as a DJ, I miss those demos where I'm like, oh, I can't wait when this break hits like that or that drop kicks in.
Yeah.
And I think that's something, if you want your track to be played by DJs, that's very, very important.
Yeah. I must say,
and underestimated because of all the like not rules, but like standard size tracks of Spotify, I think.
Yeah, and I must say, I think it's harder now to break through as an artist, especially in dance music, because all the DJs right now, 10 years ago, it was different. People played a lot of tracks of other people, but now, like almost everybody, I mean, you have like 100 releases under your belt, Jobke. We have 100 releases under our belt. The fans want to hear certain tracks you did in the past. They want to hear the new stuff. Yeah, where to find a room in an hour or a 1.5 hour set to play new music by some up and coming guy? It's hard, you know. And
would you guys be open? Would you guys be open to start doing longer sets?
It's not for me to answer that.
I really like longer sets.
So let's say 3-hour sets.
Yeah, I love it in a club, but that's where in a club I play way differently than on a festival, because on a festival you kind of want to build an experience, and also you watch the crowd. I always watch the crowd, and I never really plan my set, but it's like I want to show you some of J Hardway and what I'm about. And in a club I do that too, but it's also more about, hey, wait, I kind of want to play my big hit right now, but I feel like they want to go a bit techno vibes now. So let's go that way. You can like make this journey.
Yeah, true.
So in clubs, I really enjoy playing longer. And I love when the club says, it's okay if you want to stay playing after your set. You can keep on playing till the end. I'm like, yeah, that's nice. But on a festival, I think also the attention span of the people there is quite short. So an hour is actually nice for a festival set, also for the crowd.
Maybe that's something that could change after COVID. That clubs, for example, are going to say, like, I think that happened 10 years ago as well, that there was just one main act on the evening. So there was a local guy filling the whole night and one main act playing 2 to 3 hours. And that was it. You know, like that was the reason why you went to the club, and not having a lineup of 5 A players.
Yeah, but to be honest, in the clubs, that's not. It's usually one headliner in a club show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also pre-COVID.
But still, hour and a half set, right?
Yeah, or an hour even. Yeah. And then or sometimes you could bring your own support, and sometimes it's local support.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't see anything change over there, and festivals also not, to be honest. Yeah, the thing is what Jobke said, people go to a festival with a different mindset than going to a club. If I go to a club, it's also for the nice environment there, and maybe chase some girls when I was not married. And in a festival, you pay a lot of money to enter the festival already. So you really go to see that favorite artist, which in a club you might not see at all. Because, festival is like, this one big, amazing experience with a lot of cool and exclusive Artists, yeah.
Okay, well, working towards the end of this because I have to start preparing for a session in a couple of minutes, but let's re-evaluate our Warzone session. What went wrong? What went right?
Yeah,
I wasn't on PC. I wasn't playing on PC. I was playing on PlayStation, and I'm just better at aiming on PC.
to be honest, I would say I think you guys are very good at playing Warzone, and yeah, I think it's also there the coincidence factor. Where does the end circle go? Do you have a nice approach towards it? Do you start from the high ground or the low ground?
But
Yeah,
still, there's a lot of tactics behind it.
I know, but yeah, we had a decent amount of kills. Yeah, we all yeah always played along in the top counters. We didn't camp that much. I mean, if you camp out towards the end circle, it's gonna be a lot easier, and have 2 or 3 kills each. But yeah, we always had like the least amount 3 kills and the high amount 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also more of an adventure if you just attack other
Yeah.
people, take the bounty
Yeah.
contracts. I think we were doing good as a team where communication is probably key, and you just, hey, let's do this, and then everybody's like, yeah, let's go. Because if you attack another team like that, you keep communicating. It's like you can't really lose if you're a little bit good. So
No, but I was impressed by you guys. I think yeah, you know how to kill. Yeah, maybe one of the best squads I was ever in.
Ooh, wow.
And then
Yeah.
yet you send us a WhatsApp last night or the day
Exactly.
before where you have a win without us. So this is
Was that a
Again-
solo?
No. It was I think a squad or a trio. I don't know. Yeah. But I had the most amount of kills, and it was 6 kills only, and then a guy
not
had
that
4
much.
kills. No, we didn't have that much kills. We played it more like camping live.
But still, the other day I play. You didn't play with us, Ralph, but we had a game where Joey had 9 kills, I had 8 kills, and Bjorn had 3 or something, and we still were like not even top 10, I guess.
That's
It's
actually
weird.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you kill almost 1/10 of all the people in the map,
Yeah.
and it's weird.
My record stands on, I believe it was 20 kills, and I ended up 7th place or something.
Wow, sick.
I rarely go above 10. I'm more of the tactical kind of guy. It also depends on how you arrange your loadout and what kind of gun. I see you play a lot with the Mac 10, Joey. Jopke, you play a lot
Sniper.
with sniper. Yeah. I love to run around with my car as well. But when you snipe a lot, sometimes you can down them like infinitely.
Yeah.
But
That's
getting the kills,
very
that's
annoying.
the hard part. Yeah.
Very annoying.
True.
I had this other game the other day where I had like countless headshots, and it's super satisfying. And then I had like 0 kills and literally downed like 6 people.
Yeah.
That's annoying about sniping. You need a cluster strike to throw on top.
Right.
I think we all have our different competences, and Joey being the front man going with his Mac 10, blah 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 blah. Then afterwards, Jopke, you're also a decent rusher. I am better hanging a bit back, Maybe when somebody tries to sneak behind you guys, I take those guys out.
But that's the tactic, I think.
That's a good tactic. Somebody stays outside to go inside, and then the rest is history.
And then when they're reloading or checking out our loot, if we have died, that's not the case always. But then you are like coming in for the easy kills. Easy kill, Ralph.
Easy kill, Ralph. Yeah.
That's me.
Okay, guys. Well, let's end this nerd hour.
Yeah.
But it was fun. Good talking to you guys, and looking forward to another game with you guys.
Yeah, and also don't forget to check our newest track with ANG, the Snake Whisperer, and we have this cool comic experience on our Instagram. So give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave a
like,
comment.
subscribe.
Yeah.
Adios.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye bye.